All yiggity, and we are back. And unfortunately, we got Rasheem Carter's case coming back up. So Mississippi is back on the hot seat. It's something fishy and funny going on down there. But if y'all not familiar, sit back. I'm Jay Lava. I scour the internet so that you don't have to. And we're gonna go over this case real quick. So let's see what it do here. Let's start out just so we can get abreast to the news story.
We do want to warn you, some of these images you may find disturbing.
Justice for Rasheem Carter.
From the chanting
Justice for Rasheem Carter.
to these signs,
Justice for Rasheem Carter.
it's clear that family members and friends want someone to be held accountable for the death of 25-year-old Rasheem Carter.
This was not a natural death. This represents a young man who was killed.
Well-known civil rights attorney Ben Crump gives the gruesome details on how the Jefferson County man was found.
His head was severed from his body. His vertebrae, his spinal cord, was in another spot they discovered away from his severed head. They have recently found remains that they believe are also Rasheem Carter.
Carter was last seen outside a Super 8 hotel at the beginning of October in Laurel, which is half an hour from where he had been contracted to work in Taylorsville at Georgia Pacific. Remains believed to be his were found on November 2nd. Those close to Carter say he was being threatened by people he knew.
He was dutifully and gainfully employed, just trying to make a living for his young child, and ends up dead, chased by what we believe to be white supremacists, a lynch mob.
In fact, Carter's mother, Tiffany Carter, says he even let her know about it during one of his last text messages to her right before he went missing.
He said, me and the owner of this company not seeing eye to eye, mama. His name, which I can't say at this time, but if anything happened to me, he's responsible for it. I'm too smart, mama. He got these guys wanting to kill me.
But they say what's even more alarming is the fact that someone attempted to use Carter's credit card even after it was determined that he was dead.
And we believe that is a big clue.
We do want to warn you, some of these images you may find disturbing.
I know it's a couple of y'all coming in here real quick. Let me what's up, Trina? Let me play the Big Ben, because Big Ben had came out and spoke on the joint. You know what I mean? Just to kind of like to open it up and warm it up. They only touched on it a little bit in the news clip, so I want Big Ben to go ahead and bust it down fully. It's a couple minutes, so we're gonna run through that, and then the people got a lot to say about this one because it's all looking too familiar. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's another one. Shout out to my members up in here. I see y'all.
Not a natural killer. This was not a natural death. This represents a young man who was killed. His head was severed from his body.
You can't believe you woke.
His vertebrae, his spinal cord, was in another spot they discovered away from his severed head. They have recently found remains that they believe are also Rasheem Carter at another part of where he went missing.
It's crazy.
And what that tells us is that this was a nefarious act. This was an evil act. Somebody murdered Rasheem Carter. This was not a natural killer. This was not a natural death. This represents a young man who was killed.
Exactly. They had actually went and did an interview on they went and did an interview on News Today, I think it was, or something like that. News Nation. So here I found that because I wanted to see what's up with that.
I've been scratching my head about Taylorsville, Mississippi, and what happened there. Something is just not adding up. And whenever I hear no foul play, I am always all ears. I want to hear what happened. But when Rasheem Carter's death was, determined to initially have no foul play connected to it, it didn't sound right at all, because Rasheem had communicated with his mom several times that he was worried about a group of white guys that had been coming after him, hurling a bunch of racial slurs from a truck. And he was scared. Mom said, go to the authorities. And he did a couple times. And then he disappeared. So October 2, he's reported missing. A month later, November 2, his body is found. It's in the woods, and his remains are scattered, and he's been decapitated. And on November 3rd, the Smith County Sheriff said in a Facebook post that there was no reason to believe foul play was involved. I think that's weird. That's just one day after his body's found, without his head. So Joseph Scott Morgan, who's a certified death investigator, I called him right away and I said, is it possible, I'm trying to, think about all the possibilities here. Is it possible that a month in the woods in Mississippi in October, is it possible that animal activity could have caused that sort of damage to a body? And he did say it is possible. Coyotes, wild dogs, wild hogs, and domesticated dogs could actually do that, could remove a head from a body. But on Tuesday, the Smith County Sheriff, Joel Houston, who defended his earlier determination, said at the time, no evidence pointed to foul play, which I think is weird because, again, it was only one day. But that he's still waiting on search warrants and that murder has not been ruled out at this time. The attorney for Tiffany Carter, that's his mom, Ben Crump, has said, this is a brutal hate crime and it needs to be investigated as such. And I'm very happy Rasheem's mother, Tiffany Carter, and Ben Crump, the family attorney, are joining me live now. First of all, Mrs. Carter, I'm so sorry that we are meeting under these circumstances. And it's just such a painful situation to be in. But facts seem to be fluid. And it seems like when you spoke up, that seems to be when the sheriff softened his tone. Do I have the timing right on that?
Yeah, you got the timing right on it.
It just seems so odd to me. Your son communicated with you that he was being targeted. Can you sort of expand on that a little bit more and tell me what he told you before he died?
Okay, before he died, he actually, before anything took place, he actually told me that it was 3 white trucks full of white men trying to harm him, trying to kill him. And I told him to go to the police station and everything. He did everything that I, asked him to do. They told him he couldn't stay there. He didn't stay there. He texted me after he left the police department, and he said that, Mom, if something, he told me, we're not seeing eye to eye. My boss and I are not seeing eye to eye. And then he put his boss name there, and he put the company name there, and he told me if something happened to him, his boss was responsible. And he said, Mama, I'm smart. He got these men trying to kill me. And he texted me that after he actually left the police department that particular night. And then later on, once they found his remains, they told me when I went back there that when they first found it, I never got the opportunity to see it the very first day when they found his remains. So the next day, which was November the 3rd, they allowed me to go back there and they showed me where his remains were found. But when I went back there, immediately the Holy Spirit told me it was foul play. And then I told the sheriff, I said that he said when I told him it was foul play, he said no, it's no foul play. That's what he told me, and he tried
Let
to
me ask.
convince me.
Let Let me ask your attorney, Ben Crump. Ben, it seems odd that Rasheem was found on November 2nd in that condition, and it wasn't even like a day before the no foul play was, posted on Facebook. Is the concern with the amount of time, how quickly they determined that? Because it seems now that murder may still be on the table.
Well, Ashley, they said no foul play so quickly, it made Tiffany Carter and her family believe that they were trying to sweep it under the rug.
Sound
And
familiar?
it wasn't until our firm and a lot of other people started saying this doesn't add up. When you look at that text message and the fact that he was being chased, you have to investigate this. You cannot try to tell this brokenhearted mother that her son being found with his head decapitated was natural, because I believe, as Tiffany said, he said, oh, he must have got dehydrated and passed out, and animals tore his body apart from the head, the spinal cord. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever, Miss Banfield.
Well, we're going to follow this case. Clearly, if there are still warrants due, then there's still information to come, and I hope you'll keep us posted. And we certainly, Ms. Carter, will keep you in our prayers as well. And I said it before, I'll say it again. I am so sorry we're meeting under these circumstances, and I just wish you all the peace that your family is deserved.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I also want to thank Cardi B. I want to thank her and Benjamin Crump for shining so much light on my son's case. I really appreciate the love and the support that they have given me throughout this time.
He is a beautiful young man. We're seeing just beautiful pictures of your beautiful son, and I thank you so much for sharing this with us. And we are going to follow the case. Thanks.
Ben also hopped on. He hopped on another joint, but before I play that, the bros got something to say.
Justice for Rasheem Carter, a copper-colored melanated indigenous man who was found unalived in the woods. Not only that, but
my bad.
I mean, it was in the most disrespectful way. They separated all of his and stuck his reproducing organ in his mouth. Somebody please get me in contact with this family, because at this point, America's not protecting us. We are not black. We are the original indigenous people of this land. So when things like this happen, it is not just a civil rights crime. First of all, Trump ruled that civil rights violations cannot even be used to sue anymore. So once again, we are not black, we are indigenous. This is a human rights violation, and the whole world should know. Why is it that when something happens in Africa or something happens in the Middle East, so many people are screaming, help the Middle East, support the Middle East, free Palestine?
Nigga, what are you talking about, nigga? See, I was with you for a second, cuz. But then you got off on some other shit, cuz. What are you talking about, my mans? Nah, man, we gonna have to. It's very rare that I stop somebody wisdom, you know what I'm saying, when they spitting. But Ninja, where they make niggas like you? What you talking about? God, jeez, Louise. Anyway, I did say, like I told y'all, Ben Crump did a little something on Mark Lamont Hill, and then he actually went a little in depth in it, so I thought that was relevant to the story as well too.
Mother text message, and he says, me and the owner of the company I'm working for, because he lived 2 counties over in rural Mississippi, you find work where you can get it. He says the owner and the company and I are not seeing eye to eye. If anything happens to me, mama, he is responsible. That's the text message he sends. Later that evening, after being chased by truckloads of white men yelling racial epithets, he goes to the police to try to see if they would carry him to the county line to get out the county. They tell him they're not a taxi service. That night he goes missing, Mark, and he's never seen again. And then his head is found decapitated from his body. His spinal cord vertebrae is found almost 150 feet away from where his head was found. He's missing his arms. They're missing his legs. But yet this police chief is trying to tell the family there's no foul play. I mean, it is heartbreaking for this mother, Tiffany Carter, as she fights to get answers as to what happened. We believe he was lynched, that this was a Mississippi lynching, and they're trying to sweep. He sends his mother a text message.
So listen to this. You know, those are some claims that's being made. So I wanted to substantiate those. There's an excerpt from a Vice documentary, right? And they got this sister talking about what's going on down there in Mississippi when it comes to this exact case. And she say they still finding piece of his body.
They're still finding body parts. So obviously this crime scene, it hasn't even been cased properly. On both sides, there have been conclusions that have been made that are not supported yet. We can call this a really suspicious case that really needs to be looked into more.
Beyond all of that, there's the human element of this. It sounds like you understand why people would go to that conclusion.
I completely understand how people came to that conclusion. In Mississippi, there have been at least 8 modern-day lynchings since 2000, and there are probably dozens and dozens more. We just don't know these people's names. It was actually a white reporter who told me that they would just go check in sheriff's departments or police stations and say, hey, what you got today, or what happened? And the cops in this day and time would say, nothing but a nothing. And so that tells you how these cases are kind of treated, like on a mass scale in this state. Black lives and white lives are treated differently in terms of the response by law enforcement in Mississippi. So I understand the assumptions, for sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure she broke that down. And for those of y'all that's just coming in and kind of want to know what's happened, she break it down for you real quick.
Did you hear about Rasheem Carter? He was in Mississippi and he was being chased by 3 truckloads of white men yelling racial slurs at him. And while he was being chased, he ran to the police station. So when he got to the police station, he told them he was being chased. He told them that they were saying all these type of racial slurs and he just needed to ride back home because he wanted to get home safely. They told him this isn't a taxi service. Then he told them where he was headed and they said, oh no, that's out of my jurisdiction. So after they told him that, he left the police station. Later on that day, he was found on surveillance camera at the Family Dollar. He looked all types of scared, looking over his back. He just looked like he was really shaken, as you would be, being chased by 3 truckloads of people yelling racial slurs at you. And then after he was seen at the Family Dollar, he was seen on another surveillance video running into the woods. But this time his shirt was off and he was running with a stick. That was the last time anybody had seen that man alive. His body was found 1 month later in those same woods, scattered in 4 different places. And when they found his head, his private parts was in his mouth. And you know what police said? The police said that animals did it to him and there was no foul play. And we still don't have any answers of what really happened to Rasheem Carter. Did you hear about Rasheem Carter? He was in Mississippi and he was being chased by 3.
On the quick rundown side of the game. Now, this is something that I found interesting in my scouring on the internet. I found this little dude talking crap about the case. Check this out.
They found his body, all that was left was 1 eyeball, 2 fingers, and a wallet. The pig threw up in driver's yard and buried it with a shovel. He's got Rasheem's body parts in his yard.
I try my absolute hardest to think outside the box and see different perspectives, but this case here is a total embarrassment to Mississippi, and everyone involved who touched this case deserves to have their badge taken. If a group of men could not make an arrest in this case, they couldn't be a high school hall monitor. Hell, even as a hall monitor, they would have heard that child standing in a classroom blurting out paragraphs to solve this case. Are they that illiterate, or was there money involved? You decide. There is no good answer to logical questions. I'm going to say what I believe out loud, because that's what the Midnight Burn does. I do not care who likes it and who doesn't. I'm well prepared for Armageddon for the ones who don't. I believe Rasheem Carter was murdered. And I believe the people responsible are Luke Clements, Taylorsville Police Chief Gabe Horn, landowner Robert Blakeney, Luke Clements' right-hand man Tony McKinley, and James Ainsworth, who sources close to this investigation describe as someone with deeply racist views who did the dirty work. 5 men, a small town, a man with a motive and with money, and a young black contract worker who made the mistake of being somewhere he wasn't supposed to be, seeing something he wasn't supposed to see, or simply being someone they decided didn't matter. I believe these men are responsible for what happened to Rasheem Carter, and I believe this story is far from over. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. You know I'm bringing heat all across this state.
Now, what's funny about that, I did some more digging, and I was actually able to find their faces. Oh yeah.
Rasheem Carter update. If you don't know who Rasheem Carter is, he was a young black male who was unalive after he told his mother that there were white men following him. If something happened to him, his boss did it. There's an alleged cover-up, Emmett Till all over again. Now, to the update. We all know Gabe Horn and his alleged involvement. He took his dog to the Ainsworth vet. Allegedly, he had to get his dog's stomach pumped because he had eaten remains and they found bones in the dog's stomach. The lady working at the vet then called the FBI, and that made Gabe Horn highly upset. Crazy, right? It's unraveling in Taylorsville and people are talking left and right. Stay tuned, I got more Rasheem Carter updates coming to the man that Rasheem told his mom if anything happened, he did it. Gabe Horn called the dollar store looking for Rasheem. John Robert Blankley, he was in charge to handle the dirty work. Tony McKinley, John's right-hand man. James Ainsworth, he's been vocal about with Rasheem. Josh Middleton, his son is the one who was in the classroom telling everybody about he saw the remain. If you know any more about these young men, please come forward because the dominoes are falling. To support the page, grab your Black Lives Matters shirt, and I got the Juneteenth. I need y'all to like, comment, share this all over. We are right there, but I need y'all to do y'all part. Look.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm on it, baby boy, for sure. Shout out to my brother out there doing the good work, putting them folks on blast, right? We need that. We need them folk. We need that. We need them folks to be exposed. My man's from even my man's from what is that TYT or something like that. He had a little something to say on it. I do respect how my brother do be kicking it though.
What? The man who has remains scattered in 3 different places on the planet. The man that has his body ripped apart is criticized by the sheriff for having a bad mood. Yeah, I would be in a bad mood too if I knew my coworkers were trying to kill me, as he said to his mother via text message. He sent it to his mother and said, "Mom, here's what may happen to me." That evidence is secured for the record now. And this whole idea about, well, the cell phone was 100 miles away. Well, how convenient. That means you've proven one thing, Sheriff, where the cell phone was located. That's all you've proven, nothing more. Why were you so quick to defend this? Why were you so quick to say, move on, nothing to investigate, this was an animal? If it was an animal, why is it that you can't conclusively determine, based on forensics, that it was an animal? Believe me, forensic scientists are well aware of how to track an animal killing on a human body. This is one of the most extreme cases and possibly one of the most extreme cover-ups right now in law enforcement. That is a great possibility, especially when you look at the evidence. Okay, so look at what has happened. The man said, "I'm being chased." He calls the police. Okay, police do nothing. He dies. Police come out. They say, "Hey, this had to be a wild animal that did this to him with no evidence or investigation." But the mother has a text message that says, "From the son, they're trying to kill me." And then on the day of, you have to consider when he said this is going to happen to me, the coworker that took him to work had been taking him to work every day. That coworker decided not to take him to work.
That's just a little bit of it. The coworker decided to take him to work. Ain't that convenient?
That day, because they had an argument. Ricky, what are your thoughts here?
The United States is like a decayed tooth, but Mississippi is like the part of the decay next to the nerve. And I'm real mad about this. I can go on for days about this. I think the United States Justice Department need to be hovering over every single department in the state of Mississippi. I think they killed him. 1 + 1 = 2. I mean, just based on the circumstantial information that you and I have, I think we can probably almost probably convict those coworkers or whatever if we had any eyes on that case. I think it needs to be another autopsy done. I think the FBI need to be involved. And I think we need to shake Mississippi up and turn it upside down. Mississippi, man, I hear stories like that coming out of Mississippi, Georgia, and different parts of Florida and Alabama all the time, far too often. This right-wing racist, it's no different from the movie Mississippi Burning, when the Fed had to come and show up, in order to try to stand up for poor people. I'm just really, really disappointed. My heart goes out to the Carter family, or whatever, but I really hope the United States Justice Department get involved and take over this case and investigate it and convict those low-down Ku Klux Klan members, mob. I even think the mob is no different from what it was in the 40s and the 50s. It's still going on at night. They just don't wear the hoods anymore. They wear the Make America Great Again hats and the Confederate flag hats and traded the hoods in for that. And they're racist to the core. And I said what I said, and I meant it.
You're 100% correct. This young man did not do all of this because he was unsure about his environment. He did it because he was pretty sure about his environment. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to go to the police because you fear your life, but he did. It takes a lot to tell your mom, I may die, but he did. That takes a lot. All right. We'll continue to follow.
Man, that's crazy right there. I mean, even to the crazy. Listen, I even when I in my digging in my search, I found a case that was just like it. Y'all don't even know about Tyreek Atwood. Y'all don't even know about him. Nobody look, but check this out.
Laurel, Taylorsville area of Mississippi. This young man is Tyreekus Atwood. He says that he was beaten and abused by a group of men in Laurel, Mississippi. He says that the men took him to Taylorsville and hunted him. Please stop and read. He says they took my boots off and let me run till I couldn't run anymore. When they broke my tooth, I still got bite marks on my back. I got hunted down like a deer. Y'all took me all the way from Laurel to Smith and then let me break loose out of the truck just to hunt me. It's like they were stalking me, just waiting for me to give up. Man, they beat me and ran me in the direction they wanted me to go. The police asked, "What did you do for all that to happen?" They were finna take my life last night, but y'all prevented that, and I'm forever in debt with y'all. Tyreekus tagged the people that helped him escape. Tyreekus is said to be in very bad shape, and I'm so sorry that this happened to him. Now, if you're thinking that Taylorsville, Mississippi sounds familiar, it's because that's where Rasheem Carter was seemingly hunted. Rasheem told his family and the police that people had been following him. They followed him while shouting racial slurs, and then Rasheem went missing. When a portion of Rasheem's remains were finally found on private property, police said that there was no foul play and closed the case. But his family and community knew that that was not correct. They pushed for more answers. And since then, 3 separate remains have been found for Rasheem Carter in different counties. Allegedly, this person is somehow connected to Rasheem Carter. And allegedly, he is also connected to Tyreekus. Please stop and read. Again, this is a developing story. From what Tyreekus has
Hold on, I
from
thought she was gonna read it.
again.
Let me see. I can't really see it. It says it said to say that when a Black Lives Matter come protest with ARs in the hometown you have to grow up in, there are areas that fill you full of 223 holes, and the law enforcement tells a man that is trying to stand up for you that they are going to take him home, take him to jail instead of taking the N word with the gun, doing the threatening to jail. It is sad that it comes to these times, but if they come back and they're if they come back there again, since I'm witnessing what I do today, I would be healed and I will send the next black sons of biatches or biatches to their hog ate brother in hell. I I do promise everyone is in God forsaken is everyone in this God forsaken land which I live in, that true talk white power. Okay. I was okay. That was a bunch of incoherent nothing, but whatever.
Person is somehow connected to Rasheem Carter, and allegedly he is also connected to Tyreekus. Please stop and read. Again, this is a developing story. From what Tyreekus has described, it is a miracle that he is alive. Please take extra precaution.
Y'all hear that, man? These stories is going on everywhere. The stories is going on everywhere. Do you hear me? It's crazy out here. and some of us ain't playing no games with it. You know, I gotta let the people speak, and everybody ain't wondering why and asking questions and da 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 da. No. Everybody ain't doing that. Let me show you what the bros is doing. Oh, let me show you what the bros is talking about.
All right. Ain't no playing, y'all say? Ain't no playing, y'all say? Let me tell y'all who this is. That's Rasheem Carter. He took missing about 3 years ago in Taylorsville, Mississippi. Said he was last spotted running into the woods right after he ran from a sheriff's department and told him that it was 3 truckloads of white men chasing him and he was afraid for his life. And guess what I heard the sheriff said? Or the people at the police department? We ain't no Uber service. We can't give you no ride. They didn't offer this man no assistance. The last known photo of him is running with no shirt on with a stick in his hand. And next thing you know, he pop up scattered all over the woods, different body parts everywhere, with his private parts stuffed in his mouth. And they go on to say that this happened to him through animal presence. This was a wild animal, they say did this. Because every wild animal snatches off a man's private parts and puts them in his mouth. You know what? That's clan behavior, bro. Yeah, straight up and down, that's clan behavior. I ain't finna sugarcoat it for you. And if you're thinking otherwise, something wrong with you. And then the sheriff, this ain't a sheriff, this Mississippi, this a sheriff. The sheriff down there say that he's backing the investigation and he is standing behind the determination of death 100%. He ain't gonna ask for no more looking into it because it's already been looked into. But y'all think people down in Mississippi giving everybody a fair shake? Come on, man. Stop being delusional. Stop being out here with a stick in your hand, man. You better take up arms. It's your right to bear arms. You ain't gonna take me like that. I promise you ain't finna take me like that. No, sir. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Y'all crazy. Long live Rasheem Carter, man. I ain't even know about this, bro. Like, can't say I'm surprised in Mississippi. Long live that king, bro. Justice for him.
Hey. All I'm saying is the bros. I mean, y'all ain't gonna keep getting them off on people. I don't know what they think. But can we talk about what the problem is, y'all? Can we talk about what the real problem is? You know I'm not scared to say it. But you know I got to get somebody else to say it to lighten the blow a little bit.
This scrolling on social media. Let me know what y'all think about this.
Middle Passage, white people. Slavery, white people. Jim Crow, white people. Lynchings, white people. Trail of Tears, white people. Wounded Knee, white people. Asian internment camps, white people. The vast majority of gun violence, white people. You see a trend? January 6th, white people. Ahmaud Arbery, 3 white guys. George Floyd, white guys. The felon in the White House, a white man. You see a trend? But somehow, the white man has convinced stupid, uneducated, trailer park trash, 3-teeth inbreds, white supremacists, Triple K members, that the brown people picking your almonds and your walnuts and your lettuce and your avocados, somehow they're the fucking problem. They're not. We are. And until we grasp that, we can blame and sit here with all of these left bro podcasters and the Pod Save America and the Midas Touches and talk about, oh, it's the cost of eggs. It's the cost of gas. Fuck it is. No, it's not. Why haven't we had a woman president? Why did we go from a black president to the most corrupt white man in the history of our country? Why did the majority of white people, the only demographic that didn't vote for Harris, and that same demographic didn't vote for Zohran Mamdani? Because we're the problem. Because there is a chunk of this country that is afraid that the white majority is going away. And they're going to kick and scream like little children, like Santa Claus taking away your present, because they think that their traditional family values is going away. And this country and the Republican Party has done a good job of indoctrinating a bunch of white men. And just me saying this, leave this country, lib, that's indoctrination. It's a fact. Every sentence, this is how it goes. Once upon a time, freedom, God, Jesus, freedom, freedom, Second Amendment. I went on vacation to Hawaii, freedom, Second Amendment, freedom, freedom, Bedbold Eagles, freedom, the greatest in the world. This is how their brains are working because they don't have critical thinking. They've been indoctrinated. And for them to be woke, which means actually seeing this country for what it is, it's breaking their brains because they've been lied to their entire life, and their version of American exceptionalism is bullshit. And they know it is, and they don't want it to be, because they want their whiteness to keep them at the top of the food chain. Have yourself a white day.
Let me know.
Well, I mean, he said it. I mean, I don't know. You know, what's funny is they testifying, y'all. They trying to do some soul searching because they people getting looked at funny.
What is the white American experience?
I don't know. Tell us.
What is the essence that if you remove it, it would no longer be the white American experience?
I don't know. What's that?
So, you know, I thought about this for a while, but
okay,
it was not coming together for me. So I thought, well, what is the Black American experience?
You was thinking.
For white people, I feel like we're so comfortable that it's, it's selfishness. It's self-centeredness.
Okay.
All about meanness.
Right.
We don't have the same unity of culture. So I don't believe that there is a unified white American experience beyond privilege.
Damn.
I'm told by Black people that they tend to seek each other out and they automatically fall into a group of people, you know, and hang near other Black people.
Okay.
And there's kind of an automatic sense of community.
Right.
But for white people, it's much more about self-sufficiency, independence. And frankly, that is making me very sad right now.
Tell us about it.
We don't depend on our culture for much beyond social constructs and infrastructure. I mean, we are the beneficiaries of systemic racism, not the victims of it.
Right.
And so our comfort lets us just coast. We don't have to worry about it. If I walked into a room of Black people and saw a few little white people over to the side, I wouldn't automatically assume that those are my people. Maybe I'm alone in this, but I don't know if they are MAGAs, racists. Of course, if they're in a room of Black people, I guess they're not going to be terribly racist. Anyway, that's my take on the white American experience. And I'm curious about whether you feel the same way about the white American experience. If you're a white person, give it a minute and think about it, because it's an interesting exercise.
It is, but they ain't gonna do it.
I hope you have a great day. Get curious.
I appreciate
what is
I appreciate you breaking that down for me, Kelly. Shout out to Kelly. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little bit to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, be vulnerable and say what it really is. You know, I know it's a really big thing. Thanks, Kelly. But you know, sometimes when they got the messages, they not all nice and sweet. Right? Like my guy right here. He says it real nice and blunt with a smile on his face. And I like it.
It's crazy to think that white supremacists feel superior to Black people when, yeah, you put Black people in a poverty-stricken area and you treat them like shit and give them no resources, they're going to get angry and commit some crimes just like anybody would. But when you take white people and you give them the entire world and all the money in the world and all the resources in the world and they want for nothing, they touch and eat little kids. It's crazy.
Damn, that was pretty harsh. That was pretty harsh, my guy. Ew. So you saying have everything, don't want for nothing, dominant society, but still out here acting up? Damn. I'm talking about, listen, y'all. Y'all want to hear about testifying? Look, they reversing roles and everything. Check this out. They reversing roles and everything. They ain't playing out here.
Imagine that your son
is being chased by 3 vehicles full of people of color screaming at him, calling him a cracker, or I don't know. But imagine this, and he's running for his life, and he makes it, thankfully, to the police station. And then at the police station, he begs the police to just give him a ride home. He does not feel safe. And the police tell him, hey, bro, we're not an Uber. Skedaddle. And then they force him into leaving, and he ends up being murdered. How long do you think it would take for every single person in those 3 trucks to be found, tried, and dealt with? It'd be pretty expeditious, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't heard this story, ask yourself why. And ask yourself if the skin color of the person who was murdered was different. Do you think justice would have been served?
Plain and simple. Straightforward. I can appreciate, Greta being Greta, wasn't trying to AVV it up or nothing like that. But even the ones that be acting like they down, that's down and all of that, even they got something to say. Oh yeah, they coming out the woodwork on this one.
Really? What is going on in Mississippi?
I don't know.
We've got to explode this shit, guys. They have another beautiful, handsome black man killed again. Ran into Rasheem Carter, ran into the police department because somebody on a truck driver was chasing him, ran into the police department seeking help, asking, please, can you give me a ride? Can you give me a ride? And they told him, we're not no damn Uber. Okay, sent him back out. And he ended up dead in the woods, all of his body parts everywhere, and his genitals in his mouth. What the fuck? If I was the family, I would sue the hell out of that police department. This shit has to end. This has to end. Mississippi has to be held responsible for the shit that's going on, and they're doing nothing about it. The fact that man walked into that police department seeking help, asking someone to help him, and you sent him back out there when he was scared for his life is bullshit and a huge injustice to this man.
I agree. She ain't said nothing wrong. I agree. I certainly agree, ma'am. You was right on the money with that. They had like a little rally for him when it happened, and I happened to find that as well. So you know how I do, right? I found this part of the rally that was going on.
25-year-old Rasheem Carter. 25-year-old Rasheem Carter, in early October, came here to the Taylorsville, Mississippi Police Department, begging for help for peace officers. Officers who had an obligation to protect and serve with integrity. He went to this department letting them know that his life was in danger and that there were men in the truck after him doing things and saying things that made him realize his life was in complete danger. Instead of this department doing what they are required to do as peace officers, they turned this man away and told him that they could not help him because where he lived was outside of their jurisdiction. Not only that, but they kicked him right back out in the streets, knowing that he was in fear for his life, without any regard for his civil rights or his safety, with no regard for his family. And they said,
I'm sorry, but I hate people who got to co-sign everything. Like, you can't do everything. You got to do like every other one or every other one. You can't do the co-sign on every one. Jeez, that makes me so sick.
Let this man right back out to the wolves.
What the wolves do to him?
Not long later, he came up missing. The mother did everything she could. She contacted every law enforcement entity in this area, including the Taylorsville Police Department. Instead of them doing a transparent investigation, they chose to cover their tracks, which delayed accountability and transparency for Mrs. Carter, who's standing behind me.
He need to stop.
It took them 1 month to find his body, and his body was found in pieces in an area that wasn't hard to find. It is evident that this department, led by Chief Horn, as well as the Smith County Sheriff's Office, decided to willfully deprive this mother of her right to her son's life. And now we are here to demand justice. If we as parents are found to be willfully negligent when handling our children, we would be thrown in jail.
Yes, we will.
The Sheriff's Office had an obligation. The police department had an obligation to do right by this family. Legal obligation. Legal. They had a legal obligation. When they swore in as peace officers, they swore to protect and serve with integrity.
You gotta speak it.
Where's the transparency?
Where is it?
Criminal negligence.
On their car.
Rasheem should not be dead right now.
Should not.
Instead of them making it right with the mother after the fact, the chief and the sheriff decided to further the disrespect and the humiliation and the discrimination to the Carter family by making up a series of unfounded allegations without merit as to how this young man ended up dead in pieces.
Diabolical.
It is evident that this department cannot police the community with transparency, and they have to go.
Amen.
This department has to be
Rasheem.
So now I am gathered by Rasheem's family and dozens of supporters. And this mother's in a world of pain.
Yes, I know she is. Yes, I know she is.
And this county needs to do right by her now. There is no such thing as full justice, because full justice means Rasheem would still be here.
Yes.
But there needs to be an accountability, and that accountability is the resignation of Chief Horn.
Yes.
The resignation of the Smith County Sheriff.
Yes.
And the arrest of the officers who knowingly and willfully turned him away.
Yes.
In addition, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation that was called in to investigate has willfully deprived this mother and this family of their right to transparency and accountability. As to date, the mother has been unable to view the autopsy records or photos or anything in connection with her son's death. When she tried to visit them, they gave her an unfounded excuse as to why she couldn't view the documents she was there to see.
Rasheem!
So now there is a FBI investigator by the name of Major Oliver, who heads the criminal division for the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation and the Jackson Division. And this is supposed to be a black man, who swore to protect and serve, and who also has an obligation to be transparent to his people. And he is choosing to side with corruption and deprive this mother of her right to the truth of what happened to her baby.
Lord have mercy.
So now we are demanding the Department of Justice, which is the next higher up, to come in and intervene and take over this investigation and swiftly charge each and every peace officer, and from MBI on down, who chose to willfully deprive the integrity to this entire investigation. Now, I don't want to be the only one to speak, and Mrs. Carter is going to share a few words, and we need to support her. And we need to make sure that we stand in solidarity with her. This cannot be the only time we come together. This is going to take a community effort of consistency and persistency. When they see that we are taking this serious, they will start taking us seriously.
Right.
We're here to talk about 25 years.
Wow, that right there is that's crazy, man. Straight crazy. Even though old Sammy boy had something to say about it. He had to. Even though old Sammy boy had to chime in one time.
Sam here, and we need justice for Rasheem Carter, a man in Taylorsville, Mississippi, who was running from three truck loads full of white men who were yelling racial slurs at him. He ran into the police department. He begged them for a ride. They told him, "We are not an Uber service. We are not a taxi service." He then was seen on a dollar store surveillance camera, running into the woods. He didn't have a shirt on. He had a stick with him to defend himself. Then this poor man is found unalived in the woods, his body spread into pieces all over the woods. His spinal cord, his head, all of his body parts were spread all over the woods. And the most disgusting and saddest trigger warning part about it is he was found with his private parts in his mouth. Now, I've just been made aware of this. I saw another content creator post this, so I am amplifying this. And I just saw a video where they interview this old man, and he has the nerve to say, what, some crackhead came down here and went around and nobody cares. That's just what happens. They've been complaining about stuff for 4 generations. Like, you just keep showing your cards, Mississippi. They said the last known footage of him was on a deer camera running through the woods with his shirt off and a stick in his hand for protection. And then Mississippi has the nerve to say there was no foul play, that animals did this. What kind of animal puts private parts in somebody's mouth? This is Klan behavior. So we need justice for Rasheem Carter. In Mississippi, we are not letting off you at all. So if you think that you're going to continue to get away with things like this, you are sadly mistaken, because now the whole globe is watching your shitty behavior.
It has come to my attention that we got a lot of them folks in the chat. And for those of y'all that haven't been on this channel before, we like to do a little spiritual cleansing. So this would be your time to go ahead and rep your city and state, because we do a little something on the Black Unity side of the game to get them folks up out of here. Come on, y'all. Let's roll. It's roll call time. Where y'all at? Come on. We got Dallas, Texas up in here. We got the Bay Area up in here. We got Mississippi up in here. Come on. We got Boston. We got Maryland up in here. We got the ATL. We got NY to the C. You gotta rep that borough, fam. We got Atlanta in this joint. We got Houston, Texas in this joint. We got Elizabeth with a C in here. We got Austin, Texas. We got NZ. We got West Oakland. We got Memphis. We got Chicago. We deep. We got Philly. Got Philly. Jack, I see you. Tampa, Florida. Montgomery, Alabama. G-Borough, North Carolina. Harlem, New York. Got North Carolina. Got Milwaukee. Prayers for the brothers in Mississippi. Philly up in here. Sures, you heard? Norway, Switzerland are watching. Told y'all Keep It Pete podcast was a global show. I told you. We got the UK up in here. Getting all type of love from across the pond tonight. South Carolina in here too. Brooklyn in the house. We got London over here. London got to represent. Mississippi, San Antonio. We even got Washington, D.C. up in here. New Jersey. Hey, man, it just feels so good to do that, don't it? Don't it feel good? Delaware up in this joint. Hey, listen. So, look, I know I got my night crew. Virginia Beach up in here. I see you. Hello from Tennessee. I ain't forgot. They don't stop. You know what I'm talking about? We call it the Southmost. That's what's up. Well, welcome to the channel. That's how we cleanse all the BS. They don't like black love and black unity. So that's a song that's exclusive to the podcast. And when they get to tripping in the chat too much, we just flush them out with a little roll call. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. So if you like that, smash the like button. Go ahead, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Jazz John, what up? What I'm smoking? Fire. I like raps. I like raps with zigzags. So we getting it in. We finna do some crime tonight, y'all. Y'all ready for some crime? Who's ready for the crime? Cause I got some crime tonight. We doing that crime thing. That crime been popping every night. If y'all ain't rolling with the late night crime crew, I really don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you're doing with your life. I don't know what to tell you. Your life is on the wrong path if you ain't doing that late night crime. We got Michigan in here. What's up, Nikki B? Nikki B 1515. Yeah. Well, hey. I got the crime. I'm going to go ahead and slide up out of here. But you know I got 4 words for you, right? I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibe, like for the spike, comment your vomit, share if you care about getting black empowerment everywhere. Please do that on the platforms that we own, Jones. And just to bring it on home, and let me say something too, real quick. For all the white tea people that stuck around, that you didn't feel offended by any of that schooling that we get, then you probably one of the real ones. And we rock with you. Maybe you can learn something. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get your folks when they come in here. We just got to get them. We just got to get them. We just got to get them. I'm petty. I'm petty as hell. I'm getting them every time. I will stop the whole program and stomp down on necks. But that's what my people like. Don't y'all like that? Don't y'all like when I be getting that the people don't tell the truth? Tell the truth. Y'all like when I get super petty, don't it? Don't y'all like when I get super petty? I do. I think that's what makes me me. Right? But we doing late night with crime lava. I ain't even gonna make it wait too long, y'all. I think I'll be right back in at 10. At 10. Screw it. I'm gonna just come back in like 10:30. I'm talking about right back. Y'all, let's just do the right back. All right. I'm gonna just do the right back because we ain't got time to be playing tonight. Because you know what's going. These streams be like 2, 3. Last night it was 5 hours, man. I ran into a little melody, but yeah, I'm super petty, Kupo. Kupo, super petty. Oh, call-ins. Yeah. I'll be. You know what? I'll be doing the program so much, I'll be forgetting about the call-ins. All right, tomorrow on the program, because I'm sure we're gonna have to do a Tatum interview update. We're probably gonna have to do a Nancy Grace joint tomorrow, and yeah. All I gotta do is put the link in the description. Maybe I give it to a couple mods or something, and then y'all can post the link, and then we do the call-ins. But so this the rules for the call-ins though. You gotta show your face, and we're gonna have a real conversation. We ain't finna be screaming and doing all of the extra. I'm gonna let you say what you say, goofy or not. Get it out, and we're gonna try to intellectually talk it out. Now, is it gonna go that way? We don't know. California in the house, I see you. Cosmic. Is it gonna go that way? I don't know. But we gonna try it out then. Thanks for reminding me. I appreciate that. You be watching too. So that means you be watching. I appreciate that. Call me on it, Kupo. I feel you. You're like, hey, yo, what's up with them call-ins, homie? Hey, homie, what's up with them call-ins, dog? Check me, cuz. The P is for the people. You know what I mean? Y'all know we do got like a mission statement, right? From the great Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I snatched this little piece up and put it together with a little beat and some AI. But this is the Keep It P podcast in a nutshell.
And I personally hope that my people get this message as fast as they can so that we can move toward freedom and independence and be extricated and removed from white rule and domination.
That's right, y'all. The P is for the people, man. I solemnly swear to do my duty on the B1 side of the game, giving snow roaches the flame. All right, y'all. Come on, let me get out of here so I can get back in the joint with the whoop, love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the door, for sure.